friends, and welcome again to another Echocalypse video!
Okay, finally, great news, great unit for free-to-play and low spenders. Finally, we got that unit that you don't need to invest in her at all, just you want to get her for one copy, summon for her and get her, and that's it. And it's Ifurito. We'll be talking about her and explaining all her mechanics and skills. Now, why is that so good for low spenders and free-to-play? Because now we have Lindell, you can go and get more copies of her, and this is what I did. I got her to 2 stars, and you can get more copies of Yora. Yora is the insane DPS damage dealer that will guarantee you to crit at the start of the battle and eliminate 4 units at least from your enemy, which is absolutely great. And now we will be talking about Ifurito and talking about her skills and why she's important and why you need not to build her as free-to-play and low spenders. And if you're a whale, investing in her is absolutely insane. You can stop at 5 stars. You don't even need to go to 7 stars, even if you're a whale. But 7 stars will help with her stats and the more damage that she gets, because she's a control unit that can deal massive amount of damage. She's the best control unit in the game. And speaking about spending, let's go and check our today's sponsor, App Gallery. App Gallery is Huawei's app store with lots of advantages and promotions like discounts, coupons, cashback, and many more. Valid for all Android phones and emulators such as BlueStacks and other applications. It's not only exclusive for Huawei Mobile, so you can get your money's worth with App Gallery promotions. So first things first, install App Gallery using the link below, then install the updated HMS Core. Next, create your Huawei ID. This is an important promotion that is valid for users with European region in App Gallery. And yes, even if you are in different regions like the US or SEA, you can still use European region as in your settings and you can continue and take advantage of the promotions. Next, delete the current game and download Echocalypse from App Gallery. And yes, you can keep the progress with GT Arcade and Facebook. And finally, open the downloaded game from App Gallery and purchase the packages that you desire. You can pay with PayPal as well. The cashback offer and Huawei Point will appear automatically in your payment page for added convenience. Let me explain to you the Echocalypse April campaign. You can get up to 65% off, 50% off with coupons, 15% with cashback and Huawei Point, and get 15% back in Huawei Points in all game purchases. For example, if you spend 100 euros, you will get 15 euros back in Huawei Points that you can purchase in the games. For the VIP program, you can get up to 1620 euros in discount coupons every single month. If you spend more than 500 euros, you can claim the first coupon of 50 euros. And finally, remember to join App Gallery's Discord for help and more promotions and to participate in the upcoming many giveaways. And lastly, thank you for App Gallery for sponsoring this video. All the links for App Gallery are down in the description below. You can go and check them out, how to install and how to use, and check the plan for April's Echocalypse plan. Now, let's go and talk about Ifurito. So her skills, she's an AoE amazing damage dealer with her skills. She's a support that can deal a lot of damage, and she's a control unit that can control the entire field. And if you go and check her kit, it's absolutely amazing. And I'll be talking why investing in her is not advised to free-to-play or low spenders. Just get one copy of her, she works on your lineup. But investing in her, of course, will give you the power so you can start first, because one of her skills require you to start first, so she will apply even more things. So let's go and talk about her actives, then her special, then her passive, and we'll explain that. First of all, her links. So she links with Yora, which is absolutely great. Her Yora give her 18% more attack, which you need massively. The attack is so much needed. And with Garla, she gets more armor, 18% physical damage will be reduced. She counters a little bit, to a certain extent, magical damage. Physical damage is the one that hurts her the most, and true damage. But because if you're gonna go for 0 stars on her, or 1 star at least, or 2 stars, this will not matter that much. And with having Horus and having Bastet, you'll increase her HP by 24%, which is more for survivability. And when we get Nile in the future, you're gonna increase her attack furthermore by 18%, which is absolutely insane. 18% is really important on her. Her Artifice, with every star, she increases her dodge rate, crit rate, damage reduction, crit resistance rate, block rate, damage bonus, and crit rate even more, because her crits are so important. Let's talk about her. So if you have her at 1 star, you will unlock resistance for Nebu team members that are not deployed. All team members on your across the lineup, 10%. So less magical damage. Of course, at 4 stars, also increases magic resistance for 10%, which is really great. And at 6 stars, you're gonna get 10% more HP for your entire lineup, which is absolutely nice. Now, let's talk about her auto attack. So, her auto attack. Ifurito ignites a giant drill. She targets the front row enemy in the corresponding position in front of her, so the front line and the one behind it, and the corresponding position, deals 88% magical damage to all enemies in the same row, and inflicts 1 stack of Sacred Flame on all targets, which is really great. Sacred Flame, we'll be talking about this later. At 4 stars, the magic damage will increase. The same functionality will happen. So her ultimate, Ifurito ignites the ground, targeting the front row enemy and in the corresponding position and dealing 151% to magic damage to all enemies that are on the same row and column to the target. Also applies 1 stack of Heart of Flame on the target. Baptism by Fire immediately receives... So, Heart of Flame, we'll be talking about that because with her passive, she will change Heart of Flame, she will change the other type of Heart of something, Heart of Fire or whatever it is, and she will get you Baptism by Fire, and she will get you Igniting Heartburn and other skills. So, Baptism by Fire immediately receives true damage equal to 10% of max HP, will not exceed 200% of Ifurito's attack. This is why you need to build her only on attack, not HP set, attack set. This is what you want to go with her. Substats, all attack, just increase the attack and hit rate and attack. Don't forget about pierce rate, forget about block rate, forget about everything, dodge, whatever. You don't need that. You need to protect her by other units, yes, of course. You need to protect your entire lineup, but the thing with her, you need to build her on attack so she will deal more damage. Can only perform normal attacks, which is absolutely nice. It's not a problem, absolutely. Normal attacks are really great. Also decreases crit resistance rate by 20%. So she will decrease crit resistance, it means you will crit even more. If you have a carry, such as Curry, Lindell, or somebody like Yora, deals a lot of damage with crits, this is absolutely benefiting them. Great for 1 round. So every round, if she does that, she will get set by 20%. That's at 0 stars. Very good investment. Igniting Heartburn, unable to act for 1 round. So just like we saw in Horus has 10% chance to do that, and you can play her with blind, so they will miss their attacks, but unable to attack or do anything to cast their skills, to attack. It means that it will delay their airlift, it means they will not get rage, and their skills will not get off, so your debuffs and your damage will not be taken from other enemy lineups, which is absolutely great. Raging Bloodburn. So there's a chance based on their current HP that the target will not be able to act again. So if their HP is at some certain HP, it's more than the I forgot how much was the calculation, but if it's more, the more that they have HP, the more that this will have a chance to be applied. And receive true damage equal to 5% of max HP, of their max HP, but will not exceed Ifurito's attack by 100%, which this is why you need to build her on attack. Now at 7 stars, we'll be talking about this because it's not that far away from 5 stars. 5 stars, you're gonna get the same effects, but at 7 stars, it will be more amplified. So get her on 5 stars, this is where you wanna go. Ifurito ignites the ground and deal magic damage, we read that, and applies Spark. Now Spark is something different. Why do you need to get her to 5 star? At 5 stars, she gets the Spark. So if we go and read what does at 5 stars, at 5 stars, inflicts Spark on all allies. So what does Spark do? Spark is for her weapon. So if you have her weapon and you have the Spark, it will give you a different ability. We'll talk that when we go to the Vibration Arm and read her what does Spark does. So apply Spark on 2 targets with the attack range for 2 rounds. 2 rounds, which is absolutely nice for her. I'll be talking about that, why. And applies a stack of Heart Flame to that target. Targets hit will also receive blind. So the target, for 1 round, if you hit the targets, if they get the debuff, they will not act for 1 round, and they will get blind for 1 round. So the targets that attack, they will actually miss their attack. So there's 2 types of attack. Attacks that you need to hit the target, which blind affects, and they will not apply their skills or debuffs. And there's attacks that they don't need to hit. So this is why blind is not super important, but it's important in some situations. That if they do their skill, their debuffs will apply immediately, even if they don't hit you. But the blind will let them not deal damage, which is really great. So Baptism by Fire immediately receives true damage equal to 20% of max HP. We talked about that. Now at 400%, can only perform normal attacks, which is really good, so no skills can be done. Also decrease crit resistance rate by 50%, so your carries will deal more crit rates and deal more crit damage, which is absolutely nice. Igniting Heartburn, unable to act for 1 round, which is really nice. This one is super nice because it's 100%. It's not like a percentage that, no, they cannot do anything unless they are countered. I'll be talking about how to counter her and to play around her. So Raging Bloodborne, there's a chance based on the current HP percentage that the target will not be able to attack and they will receive true damage or not able to act. 10% of max HP up to 200% of her attack. How do you counter these kind of things? So her debuffs are all dispellable. So if you play Pampan, Dina, if you play Ferentia, if you play Neo, anybody that removes debuffs and dispel, these will help you on the lineup. I would recommend highly. If you see Ifurito on any lineup, if you have a very built Pampan, if she's at 5 stars at least, drop Pampan on your lineup and she will try and she will remove 2 at least control immunity, which are blind, and another one which is do not act, which is our control immunities. So she can't be using these, so you will cleanse your lineup. Pampan is a hard counter for her. Dina, when you get her to 5 star or 7 star, I think, she will also remove debuffs, which also will counter her. Ferentia will apply the debuffs that hits her or hits your lineup to them again, but she requires burn to be on her, so if they don't have burn, Ferentia will not be that beneficial. So there's a ways to play around it. So if you want to counter this lineup to keep yourself safe and deal more damage to the enemy and try to one-shot them or wipe them immediately, try to play Pampan. This is why I talked before and I made my tier list ages ago saying Pampan is one of the greatest units in the game until they give us a decent dispeller that will dispel everything. Plus Pampan will give you crit rate, plus she will give you shields. Absolutely a monster unit, and she starts immediately with her ultimate from the start of the battle. Now her passives, I'll not talk about the first passive, I'll talk about Augment 6 because everybody now or later will get them to Augment 6, and Augment 6 is free to play and it's the only way to get a unit maxed on some tier, which is the augmentation. So Ifurito stirs up Fiery Blaze at the start of the battle. If our side acts first, inflict Divine Flame on all enemies. We'll be talking about why these are important if you start first or second. If the enemy acts first, imposes Heart of Flame on all enemies. Great. Also reduces the attack and hit rate to all enemies by 30%. So it's immediately, before these, you will affect them with attack and hit rate reduction by 30% at the start of the battle, which is absolutely nice. And also, this is, you can clear it. It doesn't say it's undispellable, so you can dispel this at the same time with your units when you start the battle. When an enemy is simultaneously inflicted with 2 layers of Divine Flame, all Divine Flame will be cleared and Baptism by Fire will be triggered. Now, what does Baptism of Fire? Again, Baptism of Fire immediately receives true damage and have a chance to not perform or act for 1 round, which is this when you start. Now, for me, if you start like this and you're lucky to get that and hit the enemies and they will not start, which is great, but it depends on their max HP, which is something different from Heart of Flame. So what does Heart of Flame does? When an enemy target is simultaneously inflicted with 2 layers of Heart of Flame, all Heart of Flame will be cleared and Igniting Heartburn will be triggered. Heartburn, as we talked before, Igniting Heartburn, it means 100% they will miss or they will not act for 1 round. So all of these units, if you start second and now your chance and she does her ultimate, after she does her ultimate, the 2 stacks will be up because one of her passive, if they didn't clear it, so they can clear it if they're lucky. So if they have Pampan, they can immediately clear it and your Ifurito will be useless. But if you start second and they have the first stack, you will apply another stack of Heart of Flame and you will have the Igniting Heartburn. The Igniting Heartburn, for 1 turn, the enemy cannot act. It means they will stand idling, take the damage, do nothing, have rage, will not get rage, do not consume rage, do not attack you, and do not get any kind of spells. Let's read it here so I'll be not mistaken. It's on the where is it? So Baptism by Fire, no. And Igniting Heartburn, unable to act for 1 round. So it's absolutely great even if you start second. So it's very free to play friendly and low spender friendly. If you're free to play or low spender and you can't attack these high players that are higher than you, that paid more than you, you have a chance if you start second, if they don't clear the debuffs, to let their units stand idling, don't do anything. Plus, when they don't do anything, it means their nail lift will not drop. If they don't deal damage to you and their elemental doesn't get activated, they will not deal more damage to you or do any action. So it's a win-win situation if you start first or if you start second. Now, when an enemy target is simultaneously inflicted with Divine Flame and Heart of Flame. So if you have Heart of Flame and Divine Flame, and this can trigger all together. So if you have 2 Divine Flame and 2 Heart Flame at the same time, all of these skills will trigger at the same time. So keep that in mind. 1 layer of each will be cleared and Raging Bloodburn will be triggered. Raging Bloodburn, and we talked about Raging Bloodburn, it's the last one. So Raging Bloodburn, there's a chance based on their current HP percentage that they will be unable to act and they will receive through damage, which is absolutely overall a great unit. I like this unit, absolutely crazy. What's the requirements for her? Having 1 copy of her, and that's it for low spenders and free to play. I recommend free to play, just get 1 copy of her. She's absolutely a major component for your account. She's that needed for your account to progress when you're having 2 teams or fighting bosses, because she will have her functionality that will stop the enemies from doing anything, which is absolutely nice. Plus giving blind, plus reduces the attack, plus reducing the hit rate, which is absolutely an overall good kit. She's the best control unit in the game. Now you can pair her up with Mori, you can with Horus, sorry, you can pair her up with Zawa, maybe Niz, maybe the leader. Depending on who will get other control units, you can play a control synergy comp. I'll be talking about a very perfect control unit, control team, which have a lot of damage, actually just shreds with true damage all over the units. Now, her arms modulation. So, her arms vibration, which is Arena of Heat, the skill is named, Sandburner is the arms. What does it do? And this is what I was talking about Spark and why you don't need her weapon until you activate Spark. Now, getting 1 copy of her weapon is absolutely nice for you to have more stats on her because it's her exclusive weapon. So, Ifurito lands, when Ifurito lands a crit on targets affected by Spark, she has 50% chance to prevent them from taking actions based on their current HP for 1 round. So you will have this chance also. If she crits by auto attack, by ultimate, by whatever, she will also make them unable to attack, which is absolutely nice. This is perfect. At 5 stars, you need a Ifurito at 5 stars so she inflicts Spark. Without having her at 5 stars, this is absolutely useless to upgrade unless you want to get some stats. So stats are good if you get her to, if you have her at 0 stars and you want to build this weapon because you have a lot of summons, you can do that, but it's not beneficial to your account. I would recommend to save them for a weapon that will game change your entire lineup for another unit. So at 3 stars, she will get also hit rate, increase hit rate by 20% for the entire battle. So at the 5 stars, it will get to 30% and 100% chance to render them unable to act, which is absolutely nice. Now, if you go to her leisure center, she have nothing yet because she contribute for another unit that we don't have now. It's Hather, I think. So if we go here or here, so yeah, here, Hather, we still don't have her. So the upgrade is for Hather, and Ifurito is here to buff the skills of Hather when we have her released. And yeah, that's all for her. I just recommend you, do not go and go ham if you're free to play or you're low spender, to go and summon for her. She is a very friendly free to play unit. Just to get her at 1 copy and make her work. 1 copy of her is all you need. If you're a whale, go ham. You can go to 5 stars and stop. You don't need even the 7 star. 5 star is absolutely nice. You'll never regret it. Her weapon is absolutely great. If you get it, 1 copy of it also works. This is the most free to play unit that you can use on any lineup because 1 copy of her is more than enough. And yeah, that was it for the video.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, we thank you for watching. And as always, stay frosty. Peace.